Kale is an activist from the National Center for Advocacy Studies based in Pune, Maharashtra. National Center for Advocacy Studies along with Mazdoor National Campaign for People's Right to Information, and also Mazdoor Kisan Shakti Sangathan, which Nikhil Dey and Aruna Roy belongs to, and ours National Alliance of People's Movements, as also Tata Institute of Social Sciences, are the organizations who came together and thought of the need for the people's audit process to be taken up from state to state and then to the national level, in whichever form all the various organizations and communities from various states would desire to. So Sampark Kale, who is also active on the SEZ issues, may be in the Pune district or the Raigad district of Maharashtra.
Yeah. Basically, we call it the special exploitation zone instead of calling it special economic zone. Why? Because so far Government of India has approved 1046 SEZ all over the country. Because China has developed or maybe approved 6 or 7 SEZs. They have opened their window, but we have opened the entire roof of India. This is the situation happening in India. And one day India will be known as a country of SEZ. If this is going to happen, then what will happen to the poor people and the marginalized, those who are struggling for their 2 square meals in this country? In the last 10 years, 10 millions of hectares land has been transferred from the marginal and small farmers to the elite and the young and the big companies also. So these kinds of transfer of land is taking place not only for SEZs but the multinationals and other companies also, which are coming and grabbing the land from the poor people. And another important thing is Maharashtra has the largest SEZ. 206 SEZs are being approved in Maharashtra state, and Pune has the largest SEZ, which is about 55 SEZs are being proposed in Pune district. Why? So because the infrastructure facilities are available there, national highways are there, international airports are there, and rich quality of land. Why it is required for the SEZs, I don't understand it also. But the rich water sources also, because the Pune district has 264 water resources, and the water has been reserved for the SEZ projects also. So all water diversion from the water resources, so it is something threat for the drinking water purpose and agriculture purposes also. The government of Maharashtra, the water policy, it gives the priority to industry and then agriculture, where the Maharashtra has only 16% irrigation. So it requires large number of quality water for the Maharashtra, but that is not taking care of government of Maharashtra. So this is the pity of the condition. But we are learning from some of you, like the Goa and other people also in Kakinada, and the land bank is being created. What the land has been distributed to the Dalits and Adivasis, like the Panchami land in Tamil Nadu, or maybe the assigned land in Andhra Pradesh, or maybe different types of land that has been transferred to the government estates especially, and the government is transferring that land to the multinationals and all SEZ projects also. So these are the issues. So we want to repeal and scrap this SEZ Act as soon as possible and put a moratorium on this process also. Thank you.
This panel had heard the people from various communities, especially including Kerim, Verne and Betul, who have not just proposed the corporate power, hands in glove with the political power, coming on to their plateaus, coming on to their lands and their natural resources, encroaching upon their cultures, but I have also heard extensively those activists who have dug out very valuable information under RTI, and have also challenged the state through mass mobilization belonging to the SEZ Virodi Manch as well as the other alliances. This was organized under the leadership of Praveen Sapnes and his colleagues, and the women and men who have fought on the ground also have been participating. It is very special of SEZs, which is the case beyond what has been happening in this India, in this country for last 60 years, beyond the dams and mining, beyond the industrial estates and corporations, where the foreign territories under the SEZ Act, with legitimacy that those are being granted, are to be formed, and through those a state within state is coming into being. Not less than 1,000 proposals for SEZs already being submitted to the Board of Approval under the Commerce Ministry. More than 500 are already approved and more than 250 are already notified. In such a situation, lakhs and lakhs of hectares of land is going to be sooner or later diverted from the hands of the agriculturists, the agricultural laborers who also live on that, as well as the fish workers, artisans and others. It is the statistics coming out of the Economic Survey of India that from 1990 to 2005, not less than 60 lakh hectares of agricultural land is already diverted for the non-agricultural purposes. And after 2005, the year when the SEZ Act came into being, without any discussion in any of the parliamentary forums, that is going to be increased and is already on the fast track. So how would this affect the livelihoods has come out from the various presentations, not only in Goa but in all other states which Nikhil just mentioned. And the people of Betul, when they have been presenting the alternative plan, not that the alternative is to be coming only from the community, but since the communities have the first right to the resources which they live on since generations, and relatedly the first right to plan their own development based on the self-determination principle, the human and the constitutional rights, and also the right under the Panchayati Raj reflected into the Article 243 as Prashanti just mentioned. So when that right is now to be taken into hands and asserted by the communities, I think Goa is exemplary and showing a way forward. It is also seen therefore that when this SEZs which have to be working with no or very weakened labor laws, the environmental assessment and the conflict resolution handed over to the development commissioners of the corporates, from taking away from the pollution control board, they will have their reserved set of judges and they will have a boundary wall where they would have a special privilege and also preference and priority in getting their reserved source of water, electricity, so on. They are also emptying the state exchequers, as K.D. Saxena ji has pointed out, because a few lakh crores rupees worth tax concessions are granted under not less than 21 tax laws. So this is what is a move by the politicians and bureaucrats who are getting concessions and commissions from the corporates, who are also funding the elections and hence helping them to come to and retain the power, and hence the disparity between the agriculture, agro-industries, labor-intensive industries on one hand, and this billionaires, mechanized, corporatized industrialization on the other. That is growing, and hence the demand is to repeal the SEZ Act on behalf of the people's movements. But the panelists have to give their judgment ultimately, and the judgments of the reports coming from the people's audit from various states could be brought together in the form of a national audit, which will soon be taking place in Delhi. And beyond that, a way forward will have to be again chalked out by the people's movements as well as a large number of intellectuals and the other sections of populations who have also now joined this battle, which can be converted into war. I would only say that you had the celebrations of the Goa Mukti Sangram yesterday. And today it is seen that when there was a community and bountiful Goa. This kind of Mukti Sangram, which is SEZ Mukti Sangram or anti-SEZ Mukti Sangram, is a real need of the day and the hour, and we really take inspiration from this Mukti Sangram of Govans, of the communities who are now not only going to be basing their actions on the act, this act or that act, Communidad Act or the SEZ Act, but they are in Communidad actions, and that is a real people's movement. Thank you very much.